This new version could be the best off-road electric scooter that you can buy for just $600 with dual suspension, powerful motor and solid range. KuKirin keep the good and improve the weaknesses. So is the G2 Pro finally the perfect one? Let's inspect. Hey, great to meet you, Michael here, the Tech Mishka, and this is the second KuKirin G2 Pro electric scooter that I have in my life. This probably is going to confuse you a little bit, but this here is the G2 Pro Generation 2, the 2024 edition, the revamped edition with certain improvements, and still remains rather lightweight, all-terrain, dual suspension with okay acceleration, budget-friendly electric scooter. So what if we put it to its limits? Let's find out. This aggressively looking e-scooter is quite the deal when it comes to value, but could be that it is a little bit lost between its rather city-friendly specs and modest off-road configuration, or could be that my first impression is totally wrong. Just a kind reminder that before ordering your next electric scooter, it's a good idea to check about your local regulations and find out where and under what terms you can enjoy your new two-wheeler. Unboxing KuKirin G2 Pro the second generation is easy. If you have someone to help you, even easier. If not, in order to keep things simple, cut the box loose from the bottom. These are actually two layers of cardboard. Lift them up and this gives you access to the nice and tidy pack. I guess it's fair to honor KuKirin's decent job about shipping these scooters safe and sound. In terms of setup, everything is mounted. Okay, everything but the handlebar. Among the accessories, there's the user guide, hex wrenches, the seat post and the seat, and a charger, of course. For the handlebar, first unscrew the plate. There would be 4 screws involved. Then make sure to tighten these well after you find the right balance of angles, of course. And please be extra careful around moving the display. You could also mount the optional seat. I will briefly show you how to do so, but I won't use it most of the time because it makes the KuKirin G2 Pro feel too unclish. Charge the battery to full, check the tire pressure, get to read the manual because you want to get to know your scooter better. This is how you're going to find out that it comes with a 600-watt motor, the top speed is 45 km per hour, there's a 15.6 Ah battery, front and rear shock absorbers, dual disc braking system, 9-inch pneumatic tires, a wide enough deck, improved folding mechanism and weight of just 30 kilograms. These specs sound absolutely great for an electric scooter at this price point, especially knowing that it's a dual suspension based, and the price is even lower than what you have to pay for the Mi Scooter 4 Ultra, which is having a maximum speed of just 25 km per hour, and this is an all-terrain solution. Probably the closest competitor from the decent models would be the VZ8, which costs about twice more, but weighs around 10 kilograms less, which could be serious advantage, of course. And still with this very budget-friendly price, KuKirin managed to bring in some very good, interesting enhancements. They have reworked the lighting, now it's better, more powerful, better positioned. They have brought a slightly larger tire size. I can promise this has very good impact on the comfort. Hopefully, better quality of the batteries. And although they claim the motor specifications are about the same as what they released 2 years ago, I've already done some tests and I can confirm it performs in a better way. As for the rest of the components, yes, there's a bit more testing left to be done. The battery capacity with the new G2 Pro is good, close to 750 watt-hours. That sounds serious. At 48 volts, it means it wouldn't be jumpy and aggressive about acceleration. This is going to pay off with slightly better than the expected range. I'm afraid my estimations may be a little off this time because it is the hottest part of the year, and given the too high temperatures, it definitely is not hitting its optimals. Still, in Mode 1, you can maintain 20-22 km per hour, and that's the best way to get close to the promised maximums. I failed to behave for such a long time, so I assume it can bring me as far as 50 kilometers with cruise control in ideal conditions. Mode 2 can accelerate to up to 40 kilometers per hour and is consuming considerably more. This is what I mostly used, and it's going to give you somewhere around 30, maybe 35 if you're lucky. The achievement at Mode 3 is gonna be with a few kilometers less, but that's okay. Concerning the motor and its qualities, this is where I feel is the biggest leap forward, but also accompanied by a big remark from my side. I continue to stand by my words that the wattage is not the most important value here. It's the Newton meters that give you the power, which in this case is around 22, and that should be fine in most cases. Let me be more specific. Gaining 154 meters elevation for a 2-kilometer ride makes an average incline of close to 7.7%, where apparently the scooter can maintain speed of around 20 kilometers per hour using its top speed setting. On top, it didn't consume that much power, meaning that the motor is rather efficient and the result is pretty good for a single-motor e-scooter. Acceleration from 0 to 25 km per hour is rather good for flat terrains. There's a notable boost at the slow speeds as well. Speaking of these modes, let me share some more good news. KuKirin promised up to 45 km per hour speed with a 65 kilo weighing rider. I'm close to 25 kilograms on top, even more with the backpack, and it's been close to 50 km per hour what I could achieve, but I'd recommend maintaining at least 10 to 15 kilometers lower than this due to safety precautions, of course. Because the handling of the scooter is, in my opinion, the most troubled part, if I can call it like that. The wheelbase feels short for me, 188 tall rider, something that becomes more apparent at high speeds. Also, there is no front wheel damper, an element which can reduce the impact of vibrations and road imperfections and wrong movements on the road, preventing accidents. I wasn't expecting such given the price point anyway, but just be careful. You should be extra cautious also when jumping with a scooter, or at least when you're lifting the front wheel, because given the rear motor, if you accelerate at the same time, you're going to most certainly end up chasing the scooter or trying to catch it before it takes off. The weight distribution feels excellent, and at no point of time I felt like the front brake could be dangerous in emergency situations. The brakes are indeed very efficient. They may lock in some rare cases, but are very reliable for what it's worth, and at no point of time I felt like I need to have something better. The only drawback of non-hydraulic brakes is the rattling, which you're definitely going to hear at bumpy roads. If we put aside the rather short deck, the sizing is also done in a thoughtful way with 3 different grade options for the stem. The big deal about riding this body is the suspension. I can't speak of durability yet, but effectiveness is awesome, and there have been a number of situations where absorbing some road bumps has been nothing short of impressive. Unfortunately, no option to adjust, but I feel that the stock tuning is excellent. The frame, also solid, looks structurally well built, with folding mechanism that doesn't show any signs of weaknesses, despite my continuous abuse in the first few charging cycles. The big battery is placed below your feet, which lay on this newly designed deck. You're going to notice the charging port, which is positioned on the front side. The bottom is flat, pretty easy to clean too. For carrying, there's a hook which can also be used for carrying your groceries back. I did mention about the slightly increased tire size, being 9 inches in this case. Right now, 10 inches seem to be the sweet spot, but I assume KuKirin have gone for smaller tires due to weight constraints and in order to keep the budget as slimlined as possible. The provided tires are excellent for any sort of conditions, good for the city and not too noisy, and at the same time providing the necessary grip in the mountain if it is not too muddy. Speaking of which, the mud guards are a brand new design, well protective but at the same time safe from missteps, because these on the former generation were not as sturdy. If you care about the controls, yeah, all of them are on the handlebar, and now I feel that these controls make better sense. G2 Pro Generation 2 is equipped with turn signals, besides the good amount of lights on the front and the rear, and a nice dashboard with plenty of information and good visibility at sunlight, even if you wear sunglasses. So well done, KuKirin. I'd suggest thinking about some protection because it easily scratches, and if you think that there are no advanced controls, let me prove their existence. Yeah, tuning some of these parameters is possible. So far, it sounds like there are a lot of reasons to praise the new generation of G2 Pro, especially when it comes to the value analysis, because at around $600, you can buy this reliable electric scooter, which can bring you almost anywhere. But given the price point, there certainly are some corners cut. I have, as usual, put together a list with the drawbacks as I see them, and here we're gonna note down the very slowly responding cruise control, the inability to tune the speed settings, the somewhat short deck, and still, the lack of smartphone app. Okay, conclusion time. And it's going to be mostly my opinion about everything that we have tested and seen in the past few minutes. And I'll try to keep it very practical over here so that I can help you to make the right kind of choice in case you're on the hunt for buying a new electric scooter. Well, KuKirin have released the first iteration, 2 years ago in 2022. And at about $800, it has been among the best budget-friendly, all-terrain electric scooters that you can get out there. Now in 2024, they release a new revamped edition, obviously with certain components improved, and I think the overall motor performance better, which is quite important, the range also better, and they keep the price lower at just $600. And I don't think it can get any budget friendlier than that, at least given these specifications that we can currently count on. So if you're on the hunt for something basic, covering all sorts of terrains, you can't go wrong with the 2024 edition of KuKirin G2 Pro. Well, if you think I'm wrong, I'm happy to hear about your opinion in the comment section below the video, where everybody is welcome to share anything in regard to electric scooters. Let's talk about them. Well, that's been everything about today's episode. I'm the Tech Mishka. It's been so much fun to prepare all that for you. If you want to thank me, then maybe you can hit this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more cool tech inspections, and I guess I'm gonna see you soon. Bye!